I'm a firm believer that in co-regulation, that's when the deepest healing happens. We actually need another to heal. We work with ourselves and we can only go so far. But how does trauma happen? It doesn't happen because you're just sitting and like closing your eyes and meditating. It happens because something happens to you or for you, for lack of better terms, right? Something happens through someone else. I traumatized you. And then we work together and then you're healed, right? People traumatize, people heal. It's a relational experience. And this is why we need each other. It's relativity. It's the experience of who am I in relation to? Well, when you meet someone who can hold space for you, and doesn't have to be a somatic healer, it can be a lovely partner who's done the work himself. When you meet someone who can hold that space, they provide and lend their nervous system to you. So you can go through that experience in safety to go into the body and experience who you are. Or at the very least, to speak up for yourself in a safe container. To go back to safety. Safety is the first ingredient to start healing. Actually, before that is the want to heal. Mm-hmm. You have to want to heal. Yeah. And people don't want to hear that. Some people don't want to heal. Sometimes there's more value in being sick than there is in being healthy. And that's okay. Mm-hmm. But you got to be real with yourself. But the safety piece right after that is, okay, how do I find safety? Well, what is safety? Safety, in the somatic sense, is the ability to go into your body and actually allow for it to process. Because for viewers and listeners out there, you're not doing anything. You're providing your awareness in the body to be with your body so the body at some point can do what it's been trying to do, and that's heal. Okay? And so safety means I can go into my body and I can feel deeply and just be with that without trying to figure out when did it happen, why did it happen, who am I, what am I going to do, what am I going to do later, all the things that come up with the ego trying to protect us. Can I be with the tension in my belly right now? And if I close my eyes and I learn that interoception piece, the connection between the brain and the body, and I can be with that tension in my belly fully, can I be with it without being scared of what's there? And can I be with it without trying to go, oh, what's the story behind this? We'd love to do that. Can I just be with my belly and go, I'm here with you. That's it. And tomorrow I'm going to visit you again. And I'm going to see if you're there. Ooh, you're there again. I'm here with you. And the next day, I'm going to keep doing it consistently. And I'm going to build that muscle like I go to the gym. So my belly and my body and the fascia and the brain all know I'm ready to allow in safety. Safety is the ability to witness as an observer without judgment what's happening in your body. That's it. And in that safety, something incredible happens. The body goes, oh, you're here for the 25th day. You're here for the 35th day. You're still visiting me. You're still knocking on the door. Okay, am I safe to process? And when you build that interoception, the body begins to process. That's how the healing begins. Now, it's accelerated when you're with someone who's already safe. For the viewers and listeners out there, you ever have a partner where they feel so grounded, so unconditionally loving, so accepting of all parts of you, and you've grown in that relationship more than anything? And it's because you're not afraid to speak up. You're not afraid to be messy. You're not afraid to be light. You can be all of you. And in that space, the container that is set by your partner's nervous system, it completely changes who you are over the years. I am in a relationship like that and I'm happy. But I've seen it in other relationships.
Yeah, but look at all the work you've done. Are there more yous out there?
Yeah, which brings a lot of the conversation around men. I've been doing a lot of men's work lately, and it's because men need this. Men don't know how to connect to their heart. Shout out to the men who do. And shout out to the fathers who naturally have done that, whether they've done the work or they've had healthy family systems, and they've had fathers and a generation of fathers who were all loving and connected to their heart. Speaking for most men, we abandon our heart. And it's the biggest wound that men have. I think the biggest wound that women have is the abandonment of the power in their womb. The biggest real abandonment is our heart as men. And also the women who are hypermasculine, right? Who are really in their masculine, they've done the same thing. So I'm just speaking generally about men. But we didn't always have that. We weren't always like that. When we were kids, We had a heart. We expressed with our heart. We hugged people. We weren't afraid to hug. We weren't afraid to cry. We weren't afraid to jump on the bed for joy. We weren't afraid to be all of us. And then at some point, we cried and someone said, hey, no, you're a big boy now. And at some point, this isn't how little boys act. You're growing up, or you're the man of the house, or whatever is said. What do you think those signals tell us in our connection to the heart? It's not safe to express our heart. So what happens? We have men who all of a sudden compensate and they go to their head and they start performing. They start performing with work or with school, or they maybe start getting into drugs, right? And I always think about this. There's two people. There's a billionaire compensator because he's disconnected with his heart, and then his brother who's a homeless person who's disconnected from his heart, right? It's the same mechanism. It's just a compensation that has changed. So what the heck is going on? But when a man is connected to his heart, he raises a family of children who are connected to their heart. When a man is in relationship and he's connected to his heart, he allows the woman the felt sense, the experience that I can be all of me and this man won't abandon me. Why do women hold in so many parts of them in relationship? Is because they don't want to get too dirty or too messy or too crazy.
Yeah.
But they don't want to be too light and bright because they'll be abandoned. That's a story in their system.
Yeah.
For some reason that happened.
It's exhausting to manage all that.
It's exhausting. But ironically, sometimes it's true. What happens when the man's disconnected from his heart and he sees that from his head? Oh, this is too much for me. I can't handle this. Because she's mirroring this depth of emotion that he hasn't seen for himself.
Trying to agitate it out of him.
See, that's it, the frequency. So yes, men need this work to provide safety in relationship. But really, it's about, if you go to a somatic practitioner, you have to feel him or her. Does this person feel safe? Do they feel like they have a body and they're connected to it? Because they're lending their nervous system in this work to you, and ultimately providing safety and co-regulation for you to go through your process.